Alright, so before this video begins, I just want to say that there is now the ability on my videos because of, just everything that we've done, everything with the channel, everything that we can now have live Facecam gameplay commentary. So if you guys want to see that instead of just gameplay commentary, and it's my facial reactions, my everything when I'm recording, let me know. This is obviously going before the video starts because you're seeing it now. I don't know what the hell the video is even about at this point because I haven't made it yet. But yeah, Facecam gameplay commentary can happen if you guys do want that. I can have that, so let me know, obviously, in the comments. That's why it's in the beginning. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the actual video. And if we do do it, it'll start off as very periodic. So maybe like once every few days or once every week. Like, it won't start off as like every fucking day unless people are like, oh my god, this is such a cool feature, you know. So that's how it would go, kind of like a trial basis. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of that idea, and hope you guys enjoy the actual video. Alright, so in this one, we're going to be going over my personal favorite units in the game. This is based off of nothing at all. It's just my opinion, my favorite. If you guys disagree, that's cool. If you guys agree, that's cool. Just my favorite units from playing, from just how cool they are in game. Anything goes. Just, I don't know. There's not much content to put up because Legends is dead as fuck once again. So, just gonna do this because people have been asking, hey, who do you like using the most? And I typically use these units the most, right? So, to go over here, firstly, I gotta say LF Rose. I just love this guy, right? I could actually get him up in stars now, because that Super CC next week would be 7 stars, and then this 200 CC, or 200 Z power would be 2600 Z power. But, we'll see what he do. Well, what we do, rather. But, yeah, LF Rose, again, it's more just the unit. I just like Rose. I don't really enjoy the character and the plot of Dragon Ball Super, the future arc. Just, I don't like Trunks as a character in personal. I think he's a terrible character in design. I don't think he is very enjoyable to actually watch in any sense of the story. But Rose, I don't know. I just like his kit. I like how he is. I liked Red Rose not as much as this LF Rose. Maybe it's just that it was something different from what we kept having of Sun Family, Sun Family, Sun Family, Sun Family. And I think Rose, because people did mention it, came out after Kid Buu. I think he was after Kid Buu, and then Super Saiyan 4 Goku was there. So it was like, okay, we had Kid Buu, which is also on this list, by the way. We had Future Gohan. We had, all these other LFs, the Zenkai, Super Saiyan 3, all this other shit, which is all Sun Family, hybrids, all that based. And then we got Rose, and Rose is just fun. That bleed really just, I don't know. I enjoy it because I guess it goes back to other games that I played. Let's say, I don't know, I played Skyrim. Now, I still play Skyrim to this day. I have thousands and thousands of hours on that game. You know why? It's fun. It has a lot of longevity. And kind of like a bleed does in Legends, right? Bleed, with Rose here, lasts very long. It hits their bench when they're not even out. And kind of like Skyrim, okay, you do these specific roles. Well, it was always my favorite, I guess you could call it, to play like a sneak, or like maybe not a sneak, then an archer. It was never like, oh, let me bring my fucking, I don't even know, my goddamn mace and shield or my big ass hammer into a fight. No, I wanted to sneak around, do all this stupid stuff. I think it was a Khajiit race, which was like the best one for sneak. Join all that stuff, do all that, and that was kind of it. And this kind of gives me that feel, kind of like a not one hitter quitter, which another unit on this list is actually that. It's more the feel of, okay, I'm doing something while not even doing it yet, and it's benefiting me, right? Kind of like in Skyrim, right? You would do like an archer, okay, then you have to hide again to not get caught. Okay, do more damage because you're doing this sneaky-esque roll. This is more or less like a sneaky roll because I can remove balls on strikes. I can get bleed on impact of my strike arts and then hurt them, while again just kind of trying to recuperate and get back into that situation to repeat it over and over and over again. And then with green card extending the bleed, blue card going neutral, it feels like I'm never losing in a scenario of using Rose, even if he's not doing the craziest damage, it never feels like he's doing anything bad, right? Again, this is not based off of statistics, anything, analytics, legitimately zero, just off the idea that I really fucking like these units, just because of, I guess, games I've played in the past and how I kind of play those games. Even like, for example, Borderlands 2. That game, what was it? Zero. He's an assassin type, right? I don't know. I like the assassin-esque role. It's just, I know it's very basic, but it is what I like. And to even continue here, Hit. Now, this is what I was going to talk about with the one-hitter quitter thing. Hit, he's legitimately a one-hitter quitter. His blue card, what is it? To look real quick. It does, well, wait, it's his uniques then? Yeah, 100% to next special move damage inflicted. And, by the way, this is a very old phone. That's what I play on. I play on, what is this, iPhone 7 or 6? I just play on a really old phone because my newer phone, which is very, yeah, you see that? Yeah, I can't play on this phone because this right side of the screen doesn't work. If I, like, look, I'm swiping, it's not swiping, right? So, if you're wondering what I play on, that's why I play on some old-ass trash phone, but it is what it is. Hit has that one-hitter quitter kind of thing with the special move. His strike and blast darts will always do better damage because 60% there. Nullifies endurance, which I very much like. That also kind of goes with other units that are on this. Green card I very much like as well. Just I kind of like the pose, honestly. This was actually one of my favorite episodes of Super when Hit was fighting Goku, not the ending of it, but like the middle where they're like in the woods and everything fighting. I don't know why. I just personally enjoyed it. I don't really see anything bad with this Hit. I think he's a good aging unit if we're talking about anything kit-wise. Stats, pretty damn good. They've got 14 stars. I think he has like 260 something. Yeah, 260 on strike attack, which, I mean, that ain't bad for a non-Zenkai. And for someone that gets what? Let's see. He gets 60% there, 100% there. Then he gets, 70%. So he gets 130 on his Striker Blast. Then he gets 230 in, well, no, 130 because then that goes only to Strike and Blast. So that'll be 160 on his blue card. Then his blue card has Pierce damage, so that goes through Cut. And restores own Vanish Gauge by 60%. So more or less he's doing about 200% on his blue card, which is good damage. Green card, I mean, it makes everything better, right? Critical, key, card draw, and critical damage, critical rate and critical damage. Which again allows that one-hitter quitter. Again, this assassin-esque idea / role, right? Which, again, I guess I just favor. I didn't really realize until looking at these units, that's what they are. Rose is more of an assassin-esque unit, and Hit falls in that same department, right? Kid Buu, I think Kid Buu is one of my favorites. It's funny that it's more the new units, but Kid Buu, I guess I like the amount of longevity. I don't know what the real word for it is. I just like the nicheness of what he can do, because not many units can do what Kid Buu does. And again, this is very basic. It's like the, hey, that's quirky, so I like that, right? That's what Kid Buu is, though. He has these uniques. He has this stuff that not many units can do. Usually it's Goku units who have the Vanish Gauge recovery stuff very quickly because that Goku equipment, right? It gives you Vanish Gauge recovery up to 15% or something like that. Kid Buu, he has 50% Vanish Gauge recovery at 10 timer counts after he sidesteps. That is legitimately one of the best things in the game. So this guy, I would say, is more centered toward the idea of, okay, well, he's just really fucking good, right? There's not much about him that is very hard to use. I mean, maybe the green cards, planning your timings out, because sometimes you want to pop a green card early if you have like one that might be drawn soon, because then you have card draw speed, then you could stack card draw speed, you could heal, all this stuff if you don't know what his green card does. It's very good. Restores own health by 15%, restores own Vanish Gauge by 60%, activates 4 times, plus 30% to damage inflicted with 15 timer counts, and card draw speed, which is stackable, which is what I'm talking about. He can stack card draw on green cards. He can keep healing. He can keep getting his Vanish back. That damage inflicted is going to keep going up and up and up the longer he's in the fight, because what is it? It is... Really just when blah, blah, blah. Where is it? Where's that unique about every... Yeah. Plus 20% damage received for 15 timer counts. Every single 4 timer counts while this character is on the battlefield. So he has 90% there. Then he can stack damage on his green card. Then he can just do more and more and more and more and more by giving them the debuffs. And then, boom. Let's say you pop 2 green cards. You have that 90%. It's 150% right there. Then you are in for 10 counts. Well, then the enemy is taking about 190% damage inflicted overall from Kid Buu. And then his blue card can give me more damage up to, what, 45%? So 190, 45, that's 235% that Kid Buu can get on overall damage. Not just, just strikes, just blast. Overall, he can get 235%. Then this is 50%, so 285%. And that's only if you pop 2 green cards, right? And you're in for 10 counts. It can go a lot higher than that. But 285% on a typical situation. If you pop his main, everything, land a blue card successfully, you get all the buffs. So it's pretty... It's like a 30% situation chance, right? But it's still much higher than a lot of... It's like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, who gets 110% at his peak. And then his main ability, I mean, it's just fucking dumb, right? Draw the ultimate, restore health, key, seals enemy strike arts, and cancels enemy attribute upgrades. So LF Gohan, last man standing, he'll still have his type neutral, but he won't have his damage buffs to go with it, and then he'll swap out. Then by the time he swaps back in, boom, Gohan would be absolutely useless. So Kid Buu, more because he's the Gohan Slayer, and if it isn't obvious, I don't like hybrids. There's actually 2 more units I kind of really do enjoy as characters alone, maybe not because of Kit, but I kind of alluded to one earlier. I actually don't like Yellow Hit, shocking enough. I only like Purple Hit. I don't know why, it's just, it is what it is. Buu, because someone asked me, like, what's my favorite Zenkai? Buu! Now, Buu, because he's brain dead. I don't care for the character. I don't think anyone really cares for Fat Buu, Kid Buu. Maybe people like Buu tanks, and, I mean, Super Buu, what's there to like? There's no personality. But maybe Buu tanks because, obviously, it absorbed Piccolo, so he's kind of smarter. He actually has a brain. He actually speaks. Buuhan, maybe, because he actually has a brain. Again, I can't even speak. Absorbed Piccolo. And, you know, you could argue it, but Fat Buu, I don't think anyone gives a shit. Oh, he has such a great personality. He's so cool. He's so fun. No one gives a shit about Fat. At least from the Buu saga, right? Maybe from when he fought Basil. People like him, but Buu in it himself, I doubt anyone gives a complete shit about. But to look at him, he's brain dead, and sometimes you just gotta like the brain dead stuff, right? This game is very intense on your head when you actually start to play and play and play and play against the best of the best of the best. Sometimes you just want to shut it off. Either you run hybrids, you run Saiyans, or you run regen, which is Buu. If you don't run Buu on your regen, you're most likely playing regen. Not ideally. Buu just allows so much bullshit to go your way, and it's unbalanced. But, I mean, what game really is balanced at this point? Because Legends clearly is not, but inflicts no switching 5 timer counts, activates 3 times, inflicts attribute downgrade plus 25% damage received 15 timer counts, then inflicted with attribute downgrade plus 3 to strike guards cost for 20 timer counts when Buu enters the field. Pretty good to lock in, you know, fucking 3 times. I don't know why my hair is out of frame. Oh, because I was sitting forward. Whoopsie. Then Soft Body, I mean, applies one effect to self after enemy attack is over, restores 30% of damage received, restores up to 30% of own health, then 100% to next strike arts damage inflicted, and then with this, he does more to Saiyans. So, the biggest tag in the game, and he's doing, let's say, 25% there. He's getting 100% after a combo, and that could be even after a tap blast, by the way. He get that 100%. Kind of like Future Gohan's buffs that he gives. It's even after a tap attack, tap blast, 1 strike arts, anything. Literally anything. He'll get that 100% this Buu. So he can get up to 140, then 165. 165 on a defense type unit. Not the craziest stats, but 165, especially just because he's existing as just a lock-in, a healer, because his healing, pretty damn good. 25% to allies' health and cancels attribute downgrades. He actually gets higher, wow. 30% damage inflicted by allies for 20 time counts. He's a pseudo support. I didn't even know this guy's a pseudo support. His Z ability is pretty good too. Double defense. Again, he's just one of my favorites because when I believe it was, I think Purple Gohan came out either before or after this guy's Zenkai, right? And this was when Zenkais were 21,000 CC to Zenkai 7. Now they're, I mean, Kaba, for example, is basically free. This guy was, when they were expensive, he was probably number 5 or 6 coming out in Zenkai. I'm, again, very fuzzy on it because that was a while ago, and I kind of always try to forget the Zenkai era of the game, but this guy, I Zenkai 3'd him. I was like, oh, he can do sealing strike arts, this one right here, this unique. Seal strike arts, and locking the enemy. Well, I don't give a shit about his damage. He's just a sealer. He's just a locker. He is my in-between unit to get me to another spot to rush with somebody else. So I was like, okay, Zenkai 3. Oh my god, this guy had Zenkai 3. I didn't do anything with damage. I was like, okay, I don't, damage, I don't need it. No, I locked in. I swapped. You know what you do? You go into a blast arts, then you go into Buu, then you immediately swap out to your damage dealer. You know why? Because that is good enough to combo. If you do it off of strike arts, it won't combo. But blast arts have such a long and drawn out animation sequence, they can actually do a blast arts into a swap into another swap, and then immediately do a card, immediately do a rush, immediately do anything, and it'll work. You can't delay it, you can't do any of that. I mean, you can delay it, try to catch them sidestepping and all that, but you're just giving yourself more room for error, and you want certainty in this game, right? Like when, I don't know, Super Baby 2 came out, you would run into GT or Regen. Well, if you had Zenkai 3 Buu at this time, you lock in Baby, you rush Baby. I don't know, rush him with your, whoever the fuck was existing. Buuhan was still good back then, the green one. Yellow Cell if you want to run him, as you want to counter Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Whoever was good regen back then, you rush that Baby, you're basically killing that guy's entire team. And Buu, locking in and sealing strikes, you just tackle, and tackle was very good when Buu came out, and Slash it was barely existent, but it was still very good. You seal them, you do a tackle, they sidestep it, what can they do? They can't swap, they can't strike. You know they're going to blast, they're going to green, they're going to blue. You dodge it all, you rush. Or you just instantly rush afterwards. You literally have no counterplay to Buu. Now, I don't think he's fair, I don't think he's fun, but I do think he is one of my favorite characters just because of how unfair he was when he first came out. I know it's toxic to say that, but we've all been to the circumstance where, you know what, fuck it, I'm tired of playing fun teams. I mean, earlier I was using that goddamn Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and I needed to run GT, because if I didn't run GT, I wouldn't have fun with Saiyans. If I ran Sun Family, I wouldn't have even, you know, it would have been the same sequence, right? I would have run FSK and then Namek Goku. Oh, that's unique, fun, great. Like, I love seeing such a new team. It's not a new team, it's not fun, it's just tedious, right? Apologize if there is background noise, by the way. I love when the ambulances have to pass by. Oh, they went the other way. Oh, maybe you guys didn't even hear it. Well, nonetheless, the last unit here, I don't know where the fuck I pulled this guy, because I started first anniversary, and I don't know the order I pulled this one unit at. Okay, I didn't pull him early on, clearly. Holy shit, when did this man come back? Hello? Where is he? I know who I'm looking for. I just don't know where he is. Dude! Hello? I definitely passed him. No shot. Wait, what? He's a Zenkai. To give you guys a little hint. Hello? Hello? There he is! How late did I pull this man? Oh, I pulled him pretty early, actually. I mean, he's never been on banners, right? I think he was on, like, a few banners after first anniversary. Because obviously, you see here, this is my order received. Look at where I pulled him compared to everyone else, right? It's not that deep. But DKP, it's the same situation as Buu. The combo of DKP and Buu is insane. Everyone thought, and me included, I think this is kind of why I enjoy him. I thought he was shit on paper. Kind of like how everyone thinks Cabba's shit. I don't think Cabba's necessarily shit. I think Cabba is mediocre to but I don't think he's shit. There's a fine line between shit like Scouter Vegeta and Namek Goku, Red Namek Goku obviously, to Cabba. And Cabba's kind of like here, and Red Namek Goku's like here. God, Facecam is so much easier to explain stuff. Red Namek Goku's like here, Scouter Vegeta's like here. Well, I mean, they're interchangeable, right? It doesn't really matter. But Cabba's kind of like there, and Kamikulo's kind of like there. So Cabba's, he's an in-between, so I don't think he's that bad, but this guy, I mean, everyone slept on him, but his uniques are very basic and small, and that's why everyone slept on him. You can look at him here, pretty basic, 30%, nullifies endurance, okay, gets us more damage when they're poisoned, Cool. That looks pretty basic, doesn't it? And then look, his other unique. He gets ki and damage. Who would think that this guy's going to be one of the best units and best aging? Well, best aging currently, but he is definitely not going to age well because power creep will catch this guy's ass open. But one of the better aging Zenkais in the game currently. I mean, you look at him, he has card draw speed, 50% key recovery, so that key back that he gets is very good, obviously, with card draw speed because he can sustain long combos. When they're poisoned, because he holds a poison card, he'll do extra strike damage, and I mean, that's 40% strike damage inflicted for 5 timer counts, and it's every time he does a strike. So if they're poisoned, he does a strike into another strike, that's 80%. Another 120, another 160. With card draw speed, that's very good. With swap-ins that give him ki, kind of like Android 21. And she color synergizes because she's blue. That's pretty fucking good. It's a pretty good combination here. I mean, inflicting attribute downgrade, it's always an iffy thing. I know I gassed Kid Buu about it, but it's always... If you're up against God Ki, which is a... It's not a top 3 team in the game, I don't think so, but it is a very prominent team because Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, Gogeta Blue, all these other units that come out recently, they're all God Ki based, right? So everyone's running it. Even fucking Anniversary is mostly God Ki based, right? Attribute downgrades usually don't affect most God Ki units, they're just immune to it, kind of like Vegeta Blue. I think Vados can even clear it on her main ability. So, yeah. It's not the greatest thing. Again, background noise. That's the 6th ambulance, by the way, in the last 30 minutes. I don't know whose house is on fire, but they need to handle that shit right now, because I am tired of hearing these fucking ambulances. By the way, the ambulance, firehouse, whatever you want to call it, resides to a couple blocks away. More or less 5 blocks away from me. Pretty annoying, but... Hey, that's where I live. That's how it is. This guy's main ability, strike attack, well, strike damage. If you don't notice, he gets all strike damage buffs. His blast will be ass. 40% takes enemies' balls by 2, well, up to 2. And then they have 1, he gains 1. They have 2, we gain 2. They have none, this does nothing. So you'll know when to use this, right? It's usually after 10 counts, after 15 counts. After they do one combo on you, they're going to have at least 3 balls, right? That's just kind of how the game works. You can even count it, because how the game works now, which I think is pretty stupid. It doesn't really benefit anyone. It kind of just hurts everyone. But you will start off with the same amount of balls as your opponent. So if I start off with 3, they have 3. Now, given that they have you like DBS Frieza, obviously he can steal a ball, then they'll have 4 at the end of that 4-card hand. But you both start off with the same amount of balls, so you can just tell from there, okay, they did a full combo, they had 1 ball in their hand, I'm not going to pop this main. Given, you know, you can usually extend combos to like 5 or 6 cards, depending if they're Strike or Blast, but you can usually kind of figure out engage if they have 2, 1, or none. Obviously, after a rush, they have none. But overall, I do think this guy is pretty enjoyable. This is timeless, this main ability. I've mentioned it before. It's just something you'll never see become bad. I do think his uniques of just damage inflicted that are kind of low, where he's more reliant on his decently high strike attack stat, is going to hurt him with aging. But, I mean, for now, he's very good. He's on the core of regen, obviously with like Zamasu and Fat Buu. I don't think he's that phenomenal for what he is now. Obviously, the meta is hybrids, and Gohan does more to regen, so he's not the greatest. But I do think he is a fun unit to run. He is very tedious to deal with, and that kind of makes him fun to me. Kind of the little annoying units. Like Rose would be a little bit annoying if you kind of noticed how much he's actually doing to you. Because if you're ever up against an LF Rose, you'll really not see his output until you kind of think about it. Like, oh, wait, my unit had 1.6 million when I swapped out of him. Now he has 1.2? Rose did that? Oh, shit. That's kind of where you see Rose's value, but then you want to have him high stars to where maybe that'll matter more, because doing more on the actual impact of the strike will do more to the overall damage that he's doing on the bench while they're extreme bleeding and not in the fight. I do think that is probably the most slept on mechanic in the game, which is the extreme bleed Rose offers, while other units have strong poison, regular poison, what is it, strong bleed, I think? Strong bleed, and then there's bleed, then there's extreme bleed. I think Rose is the only unit in the game that has extreme bleed. It's pretty valuable. But that's just me. Again, this is just what I enjoy. You know, you see me use Rival Universe pretty often. You see me gas Rose pretty often. There's also Bergamo. I more like him because of how his kit is, not because of him himself. I do really, really like Bergamo, but he's not my favorite just because overall he's more just a very good unit than an actual, oh, he's fun. Like, he's fun, but he's not the greatest. Even, like, Buhan's a similar circumstance. Any unit with, like, a barrier/counter, I do enjoy very much, but that's just me. This is just my stuff that I like. If you guys don't like them, oh well, who cares? I mean, like what you like, and that's how it is. Let me know what you guys think. Obviously, we had Facecam in this one. Let me know what you guys think of that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.